Oh, hey folks. Hi, this is from my new phone. And, just tell you this. I'm trying these little things because they're easy to make in the microwave. And I'm working 7 days a week right now. Same problem with this as the chicken patties in the buns. Same problem. The chicken patties cannot support two buns. They might be able to support one bun barely. That's to my taste, right? These are these little corn dogs, right? And there's too much blueberry pancake and not enough sausage. And that's how they're doing it. They're just like reducing the meat in these things to try to keep the prices near where they were. But it fudges everything. Anyway, good day to you. It's getting late. Let's go ahead and get you up to date. NASDAQ had a good day. It was up almost 500 points. The Dow is only up like 70 points. It's very minor. Silver's down to $66. And gold's at around $4,200, right on the nose. Oil is down to an unbelievable $75. And you're going to see the price is going to come way down under $4. If it remains at 75, and if it goes less, you're going to start seeing sub $3 gas. You'll see sub $3 gas. Right now, the cheapest I saw was $3.58. So if it goes down to like $68, you're going to start seeing $2.96, $2.98, like that. It'll come down under $3 a gallon. And that's what we need because people just aren't doing shit. You know what I mean? They're just not doing anything. So, there you have it. Okay. Bitcoin was around 62,000. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Let's go ahead and get into the Drudge Report. We'll see if this service makes it any quicker to upload. But let's go and get into the Drudge Report, and then you'll be caught up for a change because I haven't been able to do it. I finished some very stressful things today, and I was happy to get them done. Okay. Oil tankers passed through Hormuz Strait. Vance scolds Israel. According to this paper, they're saying that the world is turning against the United States. I think that's kind of true. Is AI making the world more predictable? President compares himself to Mao. That's quite a comparison. In case you didn't know, I forget when it was. I think it was in the 50s and in the 60s, but it's certainly in the 60s. Mao was the Chinese leader who just put a crackdown on everything. And in some ways, I mean, he was very brutal. He didn't mind killing the people by tens of thousands or more. But he did do the right thing in one way. He was the first to understand what a dumb chink was. You understand? He probably wasn't the first. He probably had people who were helping him. But he was the first one in high power to say, hey, we're a bunch of fucking dumb chinks. A bunch of dumb chinks. And we have to do something about it. He did. He took that Chinese language that used to take 25 seconds to write "My name is Paul" with their pictorial stuff and all of that gobbledygook. He says, we got to shorten it. So if he was real smart, he would have just instituted English as the language in China. But since he couldn't do that, he did the next best thing, which was to shorten the words. And I couldn't agree more with the man on that. But he put a lot of people through hell, literal hell. So Trump is comparing himself to that dude. Rubio lets Vance take fall as Iran questions mount. President says everyone just needs to copy what I say. Sauerkraut diet sweeps through Trump cabinet. You know, I like sauerkraut. My family cannot eat it. Over in the Philippines, it makes them gag. They can't, it's too sour for them. They can't do it. It's because you can't eat it with rice. And they cannot do it. I sent them 2 jars and they just spit it out immediately. So certainly aren't going to call Filipinos krauts anytime soon. Mars spending millions to give Eminem's Maha makeover. I don't care. UFO enthusiasts waiting for the day of discovery, disclosure. It begins, billionaire tax, secure spot on California ballot. They're saying that Jay Leno says that Joe Rogan is the new Johnny Carson. China unveils robot toilet, drives to your bed, cleans itself. They're saying there's a lot of algae blooms. It's so hot. By the way, the Everglades started burning this morning. I noticed it for the first time. You get a very woody smell in the morning when there wafts that smoke. And it happens every year because the grass gets real dry here. It just always happens. All you need is 10 or 15, you need about 18 days without rain and it's over. I mean, the grass dies. Out in the Everglades, they do all that kind of stuff. And it dries out and then catches on fire. Okay, Moscow blanketed in noxious smoke after Ukraine launches biggest attack yet. Russia's nuke-powered Skyfall missile, dirty and dangerous. U.S. moves toward troop reductions in Europe, scolds NATO allies, scramble to fill gap in defense. Waymo, that's a company, we had one over here the other day. It's like a little white car that turns down a one-way street and then it has to back up and figure it all out. It's just a recipe for disaster. You just don't have the human intuition. It was explained very well by Gene Roddenberry, who was a genius in my opinion, a smart Jew, and a real smart Jew. Roddenberry was real smart, and a real brave man, and a real good man. I think he did fool around on his wife, who played Nurse Chapel in Star Trek. That was his wife, and she claimed that he would never fool around on her, but I believe he did. I think he admitted it. Okay. So those are Waymo vehicles, recalling 3,800 over risk of entering construction zones. They're liable to do anything. I won't get into it. See, people think you're real smart. You're not real smart at all. You don't understand anything about DNA learning. You don't understand that when computers learn, they learn through a series of X's and O's, for lack of a better term. And that's why it takes so many millions of gigabytes to make them smart, is because they got to do the same thing over and over and over. A human brain doesn't work like that. They call it DNA learning, and they're trying to teach computers that right now. They're trying, but they don't always get it right. They can't do it. There's too many variables. Like I told you, at JFK Airport in New York, they had a monorail, which is not like a car at all. Went in a circle. That fucking thing couldn't get it right, and it killed a couple people and injured quite a few people. Can't get it right. By the way, my customer that I met going over to the Philippines, when I first met her, I cut her yard. She had a real strange voice. I got a voice like this. And I was going to the airport and I heard her voice in the back and I looked, I said, geez, I cut your yard. I remember your voice. And that was like more than 15 years ago. That was in 2008, I believe. It was like 18 years ago. I think she's died. I had another customer also, really good account, and I'm sure she bought the farm. She died. And I don't know for sure, but she never gave me any trouble or anything like that. Never complained or anything. It was a good account. And she sent me the money by Western Union the last couple of times, but that was 4 months ago. So I don't know what the deal is. She must have passed away. I haven't gone back to that place and checked it out. But anyways, we were talking about those cars. Forget about those cars. Be smart like me and stop trying to be a dumb dildo. Okay? Stupid fucking idiots. Cars don't drive themselves. Sure. Okay? Why extreme sports enthusiasts keep jumping after string of tragedies? They want the thrill. They want that thrill of near death. And I just listening to the news, another one died. Base jumper, they jump 300-400 feet or whatever it is, and from towers and stuff like that. And then we had one, the parachuting, where the guy landed in somewhere around the swamps of Lake Okeechobee or something, and he got eaten by alligators. And you know what I mean? They got a plane that goes over here every 2 or 3 hours. They take him out to jump. No thanks. Ball busting, quote, torturous, unquote, fetish exploding in popularity among men. Count me out on that one. I don't want to get too in-depth, but that's about it. Cuba unveils historic package of free market reforms. Well, if you did, you'd wind up having cruise ships, and you wouldn't be getting taken by the United States, which is probably going to happen. And then you'll have cruise ships coming in, and you'll have an economy, and you'll have all sorts of things. But you want to stick with 1959, so stick with 1959. And Fidel Castro, believe me, folks, I have an open mind. I tried numerous times to try to make sense out of Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro was just about Fidel Castro. The whole country was based on his mentality. He didn't like gays. He didn't like this. He didn't like that. And that's how the country was run, by virtually his brain blueprint. So that's why it's all fucked up. Take care, folks. We'll see how long this takes to load. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.